After my father died, the lights in Fairyland went dark. I left San Francisco for New York in the hope of rekindling the adult life I had to snuff out when Dad got sick. But the world I rejoined there was mostly young and straight. I could count on one finger the number of friends who'd even met my dad. I was an orphan, and at that point in my life, I knew very clearly what I wanted to study and why I wanted to pursue writing. I was drawn to the creative writing program at the New School because it was in New York City. Between the writers who were working at the New School and the writers who would come in and visit, I had a tremendous access. And it was an assignment, like write about your parents' meeting, that ended up becoming some material that begins my memoir. I felt that there was no knowledge or history of what it was like to have a queer parent when I was growing up in that generation. And then between 2003 and 2010, the landscape for queer rights in the US changed dramatically. Things like same-sex marriage, which had not been able to be imagined during my father's lifetime. And so I realized then that there was a hole to be filled. In 2013, I published a memoir called Fairyland, and that is an account of my relationship with my father, who became a single parent after my mother died in a car accident when I was 2.5. At that point, he was coming out as a gay man and also as a single father. And it's about our life there together up through high school and then college when I found out I had contracted HIV. And the book is informed by his journals and letters because he was a published writer. The story weaves between the sort of arc of our relationship and how San Francisco and the gay rights movement changed between 1973 and 1992. I felt that this was a story that I had to tell. This was a story that defined me, but I also felt like it was so important to me, so I didn't want to mess it up. I really enjoyed the process of writing the book. I liked rereading my father's papers and trying to evoke these locations in this particular time and place. It was sort of like I would go to the library and in the sort of dusty, musty space, travel in time. It wasn't my intention for the book to turn into a movie, but it was a nice experience that within a month or two of publication, there were a number of folks who were interested in optioning the book. Among those people, I heard from Sofia Coppola. She picked up the book and read it, and then she thought of a very close friend of hers that she chose to option the book, but with him to direct and her to produce. It was very emotional the first time I saw it because I didn't realize what it would be like to see someone embodying my father as a character, his words, reading his poetry. I think I have a sense of missing him still, but I'm meeting people and in contact with people who would have been his peers, his generation, and so that I try to connect with this version of him that got to age past 48. This place where Dad and I lived together, our fairyland, wasn't make-believe, but a real place with real people, and I was there. I'm very much a product of his world. Though I am straight and haven't had a living gay parent for almost 20 years, I still feel a part of this queer community. This queer history is my queer history. This queer history is our queer history.